Season 2, Episode 5 of The Santa Claus is titled Betty, Betty, is 31 minutes long. And we finally get the backstory of what Mad and who Mad Santa is. And basically, it's pretty easy. Betty comes back from her cribble crabble and explains everything to Scott. And Scott has to slowly turn back into Santa Claus in order to gain his magic back. Not only that, Magnus Antis is trying to figure out everything and how to get to the North Pole in order to become Santa Claus once again. Betty explains to Scott Calvin that back in the day, the gnomes and the elves kind of had a tryst going on, and an all-out war broke out. And basically, they couldn't do anything about it because the gnomes were so overpowered. But after a interesting kind of night of partying and fun, kind of Betty decided that once and for all, that things have to stop. And because kind of Magnus Antis, Mad Santa, is the one who introduced coal to bad kids. And also, Bernard had a big influence on what the elves should do. Bernard is mentioned, he's not shown, he's only shown in a little picture graphic. And then it actually goes to show that Bernard, in a way, kind of left a message to Betty saying that all the bad kids in the world, or all the kids in the world, would be turned into nutcrackers. So basically, Betty and the elves kind of needed assurance. So they went to the legendaries, and we find out that La Bufana is a former legendary, along with Mother Nature, Cupid, the Easter Bunny, Sandman, so on and so forth. And they couldn't do anything or use their powers. So La Bufana leaves a kind of bag of gifts for them. And as the fighting starts, they use every single thing from each legendary about how to gain access and to how to defeat Mad Santa. Well, through deception, Betty and the elves kind of put Mad Santa against the wall in a way, and kind of Olga is tied up, and all this comes happening. But La Bufana shows up, and basically Mad Santa's like, you can't touch another legendary. Well, she gave her resignation, and then she is the one that we find out who turned the Mad Santa and Olga into a nutcracker. And there you go, that's that story. Then we try to figure out where kind of Cal's vest is. Cal doesn't know where his vest is because he left it back a few episodes in the woods. Mad Santa put it on, and then he sees a vision of where it is. Cal goes to Santopolis, where also we have Chris at, and kind of trying to figure out what's going on. They have a face-to-face, and then Cal is turned into a nutcracker. All the while, they have to try and figure out how to get into the North Pole. Well, the sleigh is there, and it's like, okay, what's going to happen? Scott kind of slowly gets his Santa powers back, and how can he leave if the vortexes are closed? Well, they go through the letter mailing kind of, I want to say, trinket in a way, where if they stamp a letter, return to sender, they go back to where they have to come from. And it's really fun. This was a fun fifth episode of season 2, the episode before the season 2 finale. It's great, it's fun. I love the backstory that happens and explains everything, seeing how every single kind of character was involved, and now knowing La Bufana was also a legendary and is a legendary really shows that why her powers are really limited right now, because the Mad Santa came back. Also, Bernard, great, he's mentioned. Bernard is the main focus of the elves and the story in a way. We've seen him since the first Santa Claus movie, and he's played a role in every single film and even the first season. I'm very curious to see if we're gonna get Bernard back. It was great to see him in the first season, and now with this second season, how it's happening, what is going to happen? And knowing that Betty was the one to kind of explain everything to Santa Claus, it's really fun. What can happen? What's going to happen? This is really exciting, really interesting. It took a while for this second season to get good. I want to say from episode 3 on, it really got interesting. And now knowing that kind of in a way that Sandra is a witch as well, and she has these powers, it's also fun. And we also get like a funny little instance of where the changing spell, we see that La Bufana is trying to change the Easter Bunny back to from what he is former, but then she kind of turns him into a lemon in a way. It's really funny. Love this series, love the movies. If you are a fan of the Santa Clauses, Tim Allen, check this show out. It's already on 2 seasons. really quick watches. The episodes are 30 to, I want to say, 40 minutes long. Quick watches, not long at all. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this season 2 finale. And if it's done right and the story is good, we might get we might get a third season. That would be really interesting. Or we might get one more movie, a fourth movie, to end everything and see everybody and all the characters come out. And I'm wondering if in this season 2 finale, if we're going to get all of the legendaries, which will be really, really fun to see. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about season 2, episode 5 of The Santa Claus, titled Betty, B-E-T-T-Y. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the backstory between Magnus Antis, Mad Santa? What do you think is going to happen in the season 2 finale? And do you think we'll get a third season, or do you think we'll get one more film, the 4th Santa Claus movie? And do you think we'll see a lot of more legendaries? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I will see you all in the next review video. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thank you so much for tuning in, and be sure you tune in next week for my season 2 finale, episode 6 review of The Santa Clauses.